I feel like Zyda's really going to have to make something work with the rest of the team here. But maybe that's why also the Marcel is picked up. Chaknu is able to go ahead and do what we've seen him do before on the Marcel, where he's just this nuisance to Twisted, scouting things out, slowing people down, taking snapshots, and golden hour.
Yeah, Bremer will call it a mosquito.
A mosquito.
The mosquito.
Thank
the mosquito Marcel. Let's
Thank
go
you for
ahead.
riding on that.
Yep, let's jump on in to game at 2 here. Let's see if we actually get to a game 3. They have all the tools they need, and we're going to go ahead and get this one started and underway.
So all flickers here for everyone. There's going to be a lot of major repositionings in every team fight. Going to be a difficult one to track. Festival of Bloodfighter emblem for Benny Cutie, Lansu, Thrill. Okay, pretty much standard run-of-the-mill emblems, pickups for everyone.
Lancy did not stack up on Kaloy there.
Yeah. All right, so regular starts happening here in Chakney. This is what you can expect him to do. He's just going to go ahead. Oh, whoa.
Oh, already an early flicker from Owl.
That's the power of Marcel, man.
That's an odd amount of commitment from Owl that early.
Yeah. I mean, did he not realize that Benny Cutie stayed a little bit back, but he could see the minions.
Yeah.
Why the flicker?
Probably just being safe. More safe than sorry at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, before the next big fight anyway. I mean, Turtle's across from them, so it's not like they're really going to be there for that fight anyway.
3mar got the EXP Crab. Slight advantage for the Alice. His job is to protect that side of the jungle. Earlier, I believe he was able to stop Golem's attempt by MP the King. So he got the green camp. Zyda's going to be able to get it. Both junglers are now level 4, 22 seconds heading into the Turtle, while Lance has to go back and recall real quick just to top up.
Okay, so nothing crazy happening. Our Turtle's going to be up, though, in just about 10 seconds.
Here we go.
Oh, MP's
he's not
there.
gonna try.
Yeah, he's not going to try. I think it's better just to be safe, rotate up. That Turtle's there.
Chakno intercepts that rotation by Kaloy. In comes Zyda. Shadow out. He took a little bit of damage there between Sean MP and Kaloy. And this will allow TNC to kind of reposition first. I think the call for the Phoenix Army is purple on Zyda.
Yeah, purple there first. TNC are going to hold it. No one's going to deal damage on it, just dragging it a little bit closer to their side. But Twisted Minds know because the Harley's a little bit closer, they can afford to deal a little bit more damage to the Turtle, but it gets reset.
Yeah, it's going to reset. Both junglers grabbing their buffs. They're in position.
Yep.
Kaloy not having the Raging Sandstorm just yet, though, so he doesn't have that.
Both
Meanwhile, MP's jumping in.
Chakno catches it. Not much damage there. MP the King holding his tongue. Does not pop the deadly magics yet. 3mar has his ult down, looking for an engage. Does not go for it. Chakno going for the snapshot, and oh my god, the full collapse coming in. MP falls in a shadow gale by Zyda, scoring him a double. Down goes Lancy, and Chakno finds another as Kaloy falls. 3 for 1, massive win for the Phoenix Army.
Chakno even able to stop the recall of Lansu, delaying him even further. 3mar and TNC understood the assignment. Get their advantages, and Chakno still won't allow Lansu to go home. Beautiful entry by 3mar. Didn't even need to commit the flicker. He got a massive ultimate off and under the real world manipulation. But all of the mobility of TNC made sure that Sean had to back off quickly.
Yeah, that was a great setup in a team fight that TNC was able to go ahead and take, and great start for Zyda too, grabbing 2 kills throughout that exchange. So he'll be able to go ahead and scale up the way he wants to on this on the Hayabusa this time. Benny Cutie taking a couple shots, but ultimately he's going to be fine. And so he's got the flicker too, but there's a lot of attention on that side of the map.
4 minutes in, and here we are doubting the Hayabusa on Zyda. And this is the kind of hero he wants. Again, he's still one of those assassins that you can give him the choice to play utility, but nope, I'm a mechanically gifted player. What do you want?
Yeah, if your own individual mechanics are great and the rest of your team back you up with that with their own brilliance of mechanics, then higher chances your assassin jungler is going to be able to get kills. 3mar definitely a great start on this Alice. His impact, not only that fight, but of course, as we pointed out earlier, protecting Zyda's side of the jungle, making sure resources wouldn't be taken away from his Hayabusa, managing Lansu well in lane. He's playing aggressive, forcing Lansu to stay under tower. He's not necessarily freezing Lansu out of a lot of things, but it's stopping the Admiral from being a part of the game.
Oh.
Thought he was going to deadly magic that.
And look at this, the punish from TNC. Shadow kill on Kaloy. TWIS was out of position there. What did they want?
I'm not sure if, yeah, that was just a clear disconnect.
Yeah.
It looked like the play was, all right, throw out the deadly magic, let's get a kill, but then they just got counter-punched and the kill goes over to TNC.
Now level lead. Wait, RWM?
Sean with that RWM off angle, trying to stop Zyda from getting that assassination. They were aware. A couple of ult shots from Owl as well, but again, the fact that Owl isn't dying might be the only good news Twisted Mind has right now.
Yeah.
This is going to be Turtle 2 for TNC unless MP the King gets a miraculous play, but Twisted Minds go for a 3-2 split. Oh, Benny Cutie sense that there could be something off with the placements right now of Twisted Minds, and he stays all the way back so that he doesn't get flanked. Free Turtle for TNC.
Yeah, big objective picked up freely. Looks like they want to start something.
Okay, Chaknu with that golden hour stops a couple of members of Twisted Minds from retreating, but it's just a warning shot. Even if they are ahead, I like this TNC. I like how cautious they are even when they're ahead.
Yeah, might as well be. Benny Cutie doing what he needs to do throughout this game. Skypiercer already locked in for Owl. Built that up pretty early, so we'll see if he's actually able to go ahead and get these stacks. Again, we don't see Granger picked up too much right now. Only 3 times so far up to this point in the season.
But it's one every time.
It has one every time. Oh, okay, little thrown out there. Lancer using the final slash, but hold on. Still, a lot of attention towards Benny Cutie. I think even Twisted is wondering exactly where they're going to be able to find something. They just haven't been able to either utilize the deadly magic or even the Raging Sandstorm hasn't hit yet.
There's a lot of AoE that Twisted Minds have to deal with in every fight. Of course, with the passive of the Alice, the fact that there's even bigger circle surrounding the Juicin when she has her Crimson Beacon up. Oh, Ow!
Oh no! Chaknu comes in, tracking shot. In comes Kaloy, flicker, Raging Sandstorm. Chaknu kept alive by that golden hour. He backs off. Close call.
Okay. That's what I feel like this series has been a whole lot of close calls so far on both sides, but ultimately they'll fight into objectives. That seems to be the game plan here for now if nothing's sticking.
Now, my biggest question for Twisted Minds is, will they have enough damage later to deal with 3 Mars Alice? He decided to rush a Radiant Armor, thinking about the even, of course, the Harley.
Oh no! Sublime! There goes the Throne of Ruin! And the choke up and the takedown. Benny gets Owl, and MP gets taken down by 3 Mars. This is going sideways for Twisted.
You just had your question answered. I think this early on, Redmar, I don't think they're going to be able to handle 3 Mars Alice right now.
Oh, Chaknu, tracking shot, snapshot onto Kaloy, and 3 Mars is just holding the sinister position. Gleams out, goes for that final turtle.
Yeah. And since the Juicer is going to be the Skypiercer holder of the team, no Skypiercer for Zyda's Hayabusa this time. Went for the Hunter Strike War Axe, and TNC have a timer to work with. They cannot allow Owl to get items. At full damage, it's going to be more of a threat. Even Be the King's Harley, despite having the Radiant Armor already built up. Once it gets to the really late game, then 3 Mars Alice is gonna have to play a little bit safer. For now, though, they have to keep this up.
Shadow kill by Zyda. RWM put up by Sean. Final slash. Taking 3 more down. That's where they find that extra source of damage on tier 1 in mid. And another choke up on Owl. His second death. This game goes over to Benny again.
Ooh, they are not letting up. So even if they lose 1 to that final slash Raging Sandstorm combination, they'll get the key target, which was Owl, delaying him further.
Yeah, that's a big trade win there for TNC. They're even going to be able to break the tower. Up top, no break in the mid for any of these 2 teams just yet. And now 3 More has an Oracle alongside his Radiant Armor. So he gets a little bit more physical defense, around 20, through that. And of course, all the regions that he's going to be able to get. More shields, more health, all good. I still don't think it's at the point where the Granger can really mess up this Alice. It needed like a full effort and even damage from the turret to take 3 Mar down in mid.
Yeah, they're going to have to be, okay. Ooh, Throne of Ruin used. No Gleam to follow through. Flicker just coming off cooldown here for 3 Mar.
TNC can afford that.
Yeah, they can afford that. They're 4,000 up ahead at this point. They've got actual space to work with, unlike the previous game. And they've put themselves in a really good position for the Lord when it does come up. I'm almost wondering if Twisted, because of the lack of damage, because of the lack of the items, and how difficult it is for them to just approach a full-face fight like this.
Chakra from the back, tracking shot. They collapse on the Kaloy. Shadow kill, RWM.
Deals?
Coming through, but Kaloy lives. Quick sand guard for the save.
Yeah, they force out resources. They save their tower. But are they going to be able to healthily contest this Lord? Lancy now has a Sky Piercer. That changes the game for TNC and for Twisted Minds, excuse me, and of how they are going to be fighting this. There's still a big gap between the two gold laners. Almost 1,000 lead for Benny Cutie. Al doesn't have the items just yet. He has his own Piercer though.
Oh, Chaknu coming in, looking for that freeze frame. Kaloy gets knocked up.
Prolific Roar for the
I
Granger.
wonder if they know that TNC is going this fast. Okay, Kaloy says, yep, they're going for it.
Chaknu?
Chaknu, golden hour, catches one on the back end, and Zaida secures the Lord.
Buy enough time, cut off the team from actually trying something. I don't know if they should have. Chaknu might have been doing them a favor.
Yeah, simple and clean zone out. As if that golden hour was Chaknu telling Twisted Minds, I'm helping you guys. Just don't even try.
Please.
Just give us this. Break your towers, you can try for Lord 2, but you're not getting for Lord 1.
There doesn't have to be bloodshed.
Yeah.
Well, it's why I was going to ask earlier, like, how long is Twisted away from actually being able to win a team fight? Because I'm almost worried that in this time, even if you get a final slash off, you might be doing the team a favor of TNC to actually put them in position to collapse down.
Oh, Chaknu threatening the freeze on the 4. RWM by Sean. It's 3mar on him. 3mar taking a lot of turret shots here, and they do not get that final slash as the golden hour stops too. Benny happy with the push.
Perfect golden hour by Chaknu, man. He saved TNC there. Could have been better. Could have been maybe a kill or two going into Twisted Mind's hands, but he saved them.
Oh no, I forgot there's another wave down bottom alongside a massive Lord. TNC scores another push down bot, popping a holy shield in mid.
That's got to be like the worst target, too, for a Granger to try to shoot a Marcel when all you can do is shoot straight.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like,
Stop!
yeah, stop moving. And now Marcel, that's all he does, right? He just moves across the map, and he's able to go ahead and set things up like that. So even with this Granger in question here, I think it's just going to be so much work for Owl to actually utilize. Even itemize, he's getting there. Still needs to go ahead and cover a lot of ground. You saw, even when 3mar jumps in on the Alice, like he's able to tank up so much damage, and that's why it's also just allowing the rest of the team of TNC to shine so much in these team fights.
Oh, 3mar feigning that engage. Chaknu played footsie to Kaloy. Back off.
All signs point to we're going to game number 3. TNC, if you flub this, this is gonna hurt. Anti-Cuirass already for 3mar, and with that, even the impact of this Granger still will be delayed until level 15, until he's full stacks, items, everything. Because even with up to the Malefic Roar, it seems like there's not a lot of damage coming out of this Granger. I think he's going for, is there gonna be a Sea Halberd? It looks like he's going for Sea Halberd.
Might be a Sea Halberd, yeah. It's surprising because it just doesn't feel like there's damage anywhere else.
Yeah, because the problem is, look, yeah, they already have 3 items of the Harley, but at this point of the game, you wish you had that much sooner. And Sean only has 2 items. He's only up to the Lantern. He needs Glaive. He needs Crystal, man.
Oh, Chaknu running through 3
more!
And they answer back with a massive attempt on that throne. And he's still going up. The choke by Lancy. The reposition, MP the King already fallen. Golden hour, Chaknu running around like Quicksilver from X-Men Apocalypse. And they do fight Sean! Serving up the kill to Lancy. More stacks, baby. 2 for free.
Yep, we're going to game 3.
Yep,
It's we're going to game 3. TNC, just, if you can't get it now, get the Lord, and then come back, and then end the game.
There's nothing else that, I feel like, because watching them team fight, nothing's going their way.
Yeah.
There's nothing happening for Twisted in these team fights.
They don't have the tools, man.
Yeah.
You know, 3mar and Zaida set the tone early. Chaknu's aggressiveness. Ben Cutie deathless. They decided to play not only for the carry, the swerve to pick up the Hayabusa. It could have been bad, but then they made it great, starting off with a double kill for Zaida's Haya. And just like that, Twisted Minds have completely run out of ground to work with. They still have towers in base, but TNC are going to be looking to end it with this potentially final Lord push. Get the massive gold lead for the Zaida Hayabusa.
Yep.
Still waiting for one last item while MP the King's trying to scrap for his 4th. Even a massive lead between the 2 mid laners as Lancy is already up to a Blood Wings and still going through components is Sean for his 3rd item.
Yeah, 3mar's Alice right now, just taking bullets to the face. Look at this.
They
Gets away with the
on
gleam.
the 3mar. They send everything that they got. In comes Chaknu, handing out selfies like it's 2021. And they go ahead and escort that Lord mid. Bottom lane has a massive wave that Lance has to deal with the old-fashioned way. Oh, Golden Hour
Wow.
into that spot behind the tier 1. TNC are all inside the base.
Really good uses of that golden hour right now, and a lot of it's just to go ahead and buy those little windows of time for TNC and the way that they're approaching the base now.
I think
Ready for this top push?
Yeah.
Can they still push in?
I think they should try. They have 2 minion waves that are going to crash in. Sort of separate from one another, but they have the Alice.
In comes Zaida, shadow kill. Kaloy catches a majority of it. Sean helps out. And with that, Twisted Mind still alive.
It's just viewers a little bit too safe.
For TNC?
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit too safe.
Yeah, it might be.
You want more.
Yeah, but then they were probably looking at the fact that it's still a relatively healthy tower up top. If that was any lower, 3mar might have decided to dive in, as Jacknu and Zaida also decided to push back the members of Twisted Minds through the closer to the center.
Yeah.
But this is just buying more time for Twisted, which is what TNC doesn't want.
Okay. They might just take the discipline round, it seems. I mean, even with this kind of lead and this kind of composition advantage, they are definitely taking their time. I don't know if they want to continue to do that.
Wait for the Lord? Like, wait, another minute.
Like another minute, but just waiting, just based on the last push even. Discipline round indeed, so they'll go for that.
It's a Gleam fake out.
Al has a halberd. I think his last item might be a Winter Crown, it looks like, as his defensive. Cooldown reduction and adaptive attack. So well-rounded. Plus, if ever he gets caught, he can buy the team some time to help cover for him, instead of rushing for the immortality.
Where is the chance that Twisted's lineup can actually turn things around item-wise and damage? I mean, you see a Winter Crown being picked up here. He did build that Sea Halberd for Owl now.
I think it's the 4th item on the Eve. Once that's locked in, then they should be good to go. Even with the Divine Glaive, there's enough threat there. But 4th item on the Eve is like, yeah, go time, even though it's still like more than 5,000 gold lead they can fight.
Oh, they spot out Chaknu. MP the King forces a massive long-way rotation for the Mamba. And this has turned into a Lord dance. Impressive how Twisted Minds are still making this quite competitive, despite being down almost 10 Gs.
Yeah, there could be a potential here, just even in this Lord fight. If
Whoa. MP!
Okay.
Oh, he smelt it.
Yeah, he gets back. But yeah, this is going to be a Lord. So it was a good attempt. I mean, they were showing face on that side of the jungle, but ultimately won't take too much of the risk on themselves. So Lord goes over to TNC. Massive lead at 10,000 up. They've already got a base turret down, and now they can get ready to go ahead and knock some more.
If it wasn't the last one, it has to be this one. Because if you wait any more time after another failed attempt and we're going into Lord 4, at that point, Twisted Minds would be ready to go and counter.
Yeah.
But the problem is, well, again, there's still a lot of towers to work with.
So their goal right now, if you're Twisted, is let's just survive this.
Yeah, just
let's
survive this.
Get to the evolved Lord dance that we potentially have a better chance of winning.
But even then, when that happens, I think if this extends, that's destiny. Twisted Minds might even be able to come back.
Yeah, let's see what TNC can do again.
We gotta end now, y'all.
Yeah.
Massive lead. Lord making its way down to the base now.
Chaknu spots Kaloy, counters that initiation. MP the King pushing away.
Oh,
No one
ruin.
home for that throw
No
to
connect.
ruin. But TNC have taken down all of the inhibitor turrets. And just like that, Twisted Minds clear out the waves and the Lord.
All right, I would say, given the circumstances, that's a successful defense not to have the game end there with that kind of disparity. 11,000 for TNC.
I mean, the tough part here right now for Twisted is, yes, they survive, and yes, they'll finally have time to get that 4th item, Sean, is that tower mid up, tower bot still up. The minion waves might be too difficult to handle in the objective fights. There could be a threat of a TNC split push. TNC can play this through so many ways. They don't even need to 5-stack for this next Lord. They can send one, even send Zaida off to try and peel away a member of Twisted Minds, which will most likely be MP the King or Lansu.
Kaloy walks into a deadly brush that had Chaknu and Zaida in it. Fortunately, I think TNC were not willing to commit to that takedown.
Yeah. You know, I might have overreacted a little bit with not being able to end it there. Because again, now thinking about it, there's still so much to deal with if you're Twisted.
Okay, are we changing our tone?
I'm still leaning towards...
Because I agreed with you.
No, not completely changing it. I'm starting to see the other side of the table now.
That maybe it's okay.
Yeah, then maybe.
TNC, 12K up is still an inevitable win, even at What is this? About 20-something
Yeah.
minutes.
I'm still on the other side of the table with my arms crossed, still, but just slightly nodding.
I'm still surprised, I will say this, that Twisted was still in the game, because just how at a disadvantage the lineup was like 5-6 minutes ago.
Yeah, the lack of tools, the fact that
Yeah.
they're still breathing.
Yes, the lack of itemization even. So, because ultimately what that has done is now they have to manage the split push that's potentially going to happen, just like we're seeing Zyda stay down there. Also, Lord's going to be down here on this bottom side of the map. So it's map management for Twisted, but also they're actually in a position to win a team fight. I think that's the biggest difference.
Yeah.
When you look at a team 5-6 minutes ago that was down so much, and now they pick up another power item, at least for MP. But TNC should still have this Lord here.
So the fourth item was an Ice Queen wand.
Bit more spell vamp, good slows. That's enough. That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough. This is why I'm saying, like, you're going to see TNC, despite them having this lead. It doesn't really matter at this point. They still have to respect what Twisted's lineup can do.
Yeah.
So you'll see them manage the waves. Oh, they jump in 3 more, but it's only Kaloi.
That's not worth it, the Throne of Ruin. I think Twisted Minds are just timing out TNC. And they're forcing a response from 3mar, gleaming out. And there's a retribution by Zyda, having that Lord wear a TNC jersey for the fourth time in the game. And they get Lansu, and in comes all of them. Throne of Ruin, Golden Hour, Lansu caught inside of it, and TNC are gonna take out the Admiral, but he's still alive!
He's alive!
Lansu with a Crimson Beacon to the left of your screen, and Kaloi quick send guard, catching a lot of those. The Shadow held, and MP takes down Lancy. Lancy falls to Beret. 3 defenders out, firing away, but he cannot stop the dangerous 3mar. And TNC are circling around the base. 2 defenders left for Twisted. Massive wave at the bottom, massive wave in mid. We're going all the way. The Phoenix Army lives.
The sweep streak ends, and we're finally going to a game 3 after how many weeks? It's been too damn long. Well, maybe I did overreact, gentlemen. In the end, it was a slow and steady, disciplined pace that ended up with TNC getting a really big win. That was a massive